Welcome back to the Road to Rio and to the Chinese closed qualifier. My name is It, joined by Grimmy Renard, and we are headed into our second game of our grudge match to open today. Lynn Vision versus TYLOO. Lynn Vision's second half in their previous game on Vertigo was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, very, very nice from them indeed. They did secure a rather dominant end to that, but right now, TYLOO, they're looking to look like Colin as well, but Westmoreland, he could have something to say about that. Drops the bomb in the smoke, reload, and he's got support from his teammates. How is he still alive? This man is literally in the Matrix right now.
Oh my gosh, what a great start for Lynn Vision. I mean, this is particularly important for them because it keeps that momentum in place from the previous map. Now it's down to Summer. We've seen them pull off some pretty impressive stuff before, but not anything happening right now in our first round.
Genuinely, what just happened there? That was such a weird round. Westmoreland drops the smoke after they've lost the man advantage and is able then counterfeit to get two through the smoke, not die at all throughout the whole round. And Zaka comes in at the best time. Lynn Vision Gaming, perfect from them in that first round.
I mean, we look at this Starry and Zaka, they both locked down 24 kills on Vertigo. There was, nothing really comparable apart from Slowly from TYLOO on the first map. So, TYLOO, we saw these two teams go to 3 maps before. What a world it would be if we see somehow Lynn Vision pull off a 2-0.
I think it'd be very impressive, especially considering this is TYLOO's map pick. And however, both teams are looking very good on it. We haven't seen them play it yet, like we did on Vertigo. Both teams are on a 3-win streak, looking to make it a 4th.
Yeah, Nelly keeping their cool very nicely here on the A side. They know they've got Zaka as a backup once TYLOO decide to come rush. He's really going to put down the tag just to show how unflustered they are, because they also know that Starry is coming out the back of the TYLOO formation. This is so well done from Lynn Vision. They're taking so few chances, and they even get the knife kill! Oh my lord!
The BM, I will say, I love it when a player sprays a spray while like they're mid-fight, and it's like the spray's like GG, or just the easy, or like a smiley face, and it's just like, oh, that was, it's just so perfect. And he sat there just he's clicking his FAMAS with burst on, just sitting there. He knows they won, and then the knife kill comes in as well. That's really huge, especially if they want to bring an AWP out next round potentially. But Lynn Vision now, they're up against the Rifles. This is where it gets serious. We've had our fun in games. This is serious now.
Yeah, TYLOO are going to have to make do with very minimal utility, though, as LVGStarry-v gets taken out immediately. Things are looking pretty spicy, pretty damn fast. TYLOO, as you said, this needs to be a turning point for them, and in the next few moments, I think, are going to tell us which way it'll turn.
So far, very much in favor of the CT side. They're looking to get even more Zaka and a nice little off angle, and well, yep, that's honestly, what would you expect? Who is just standing in the middle there? There's no way that Danking is just pre-aiming that position. Oh, someone's DC'd.
So we have gotten word that we might be having the game dropping in the near future. If that does happen, of course, we'll be back into game as soon as possible, but I think for now, we're going to be, yes, we can see our players just waiting out things as we look to try everything sorted out. Of course, we don't want there to be any question about this game at all.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate of what we just saw there. I'm not sure, so I guess in this one right now, we are just going to see a slow end to this round. And I'm not sure if this round's going to, if it's going to stay. That makes sense? Like, are we going to reset the round?
I'm not sure. I'd imagine we'll be seeing an admin pause coming in soon if the server problems we're having before are actually taking effect. Or if, it's also possible, though unlikely, that it could be that TYLOO were having a separate technical issue themselves, but I suppose we'll find out. Certainly, yeah, we're not going to have the match started again until we've got all of our players back in place. So we get a chance to catch our breath. As I said, we might end up, changing a few things around before we get back underway, but we can at least take this chance to talk a little bit more about what happened on Vertigo.
Yeah, I mean, Vertigo, it started off very close. The last time we did see these two teams play, TYLOO had a dominant first half on the CT side. Both times, may I add as well, Lynn Vision had picked into it, so it was both times their choice. They knew what they're signing up to, especially for this one. We were looking at it, we were like, oh, it's interesting, you know, that they've actually elected to pick into this map again. I think, yeah, this is where we're changing the server right now. But while speaking more on Vertigo, then we're going to quickly just, you can see our beautiful faces while we are just talking about this. And oh, my camera has just completely decided to stop working.
Oh no!
I have no idea why that's happened. I do apologize for that, actually.
It's fine.
I'm just going to quickly try clean that up.
That's right. We'll use our suits. See, of course, we're not just witches, but we're also ghosts as well. So we've fortunately got the powers of all the different kind of things. I think it's a good chance to, we brought up a little bit in the intro just to talk a little bit about the bigger picture here for, not just Lynn Vision and TYLOO up against each other, but what this kind of competition means for the teams overall, on the world stage.
On the world stage, what it does mean is that both these teams are looking to get out of the regional scene. They're looking to secure an invite to play against teams that have a different type of experience than them, and a chance like this to get to the RMR in Melbourne and then even get another chance to go to Rio at the end of the year is honestly fundamental for them.
Yeah, but the Melbourne Convention and Exhibition Centre, you can just, for one of these teams we're playing today on this or the other stream, they're going to be walking through those doors with a chance, to really create themselves a future that's going to potentially have an impact on everyone around. I mean, I'd absolutely love to see it happen as we do get things back underway. So we have got all our players back in space, but I mean, to go over what we've seen so far in this game, 3 rounds in place for Lynn Vision. I'm not sure if that last one, as you said, might end up being rolled back because of the technical issues, but even just with the first 2 rounds, that's still an incredible start for them, keeping their streak going from the previous game.
Completely. And it's hopefully this pause doesn't disrupt too much momentum, because that's one thing it can do. It can get especially in some of these guys' heads. But I think what we do have is a group of very experienced individuals. I will take Nelly out of the equation here because he's the one player that doesn't seem to have that much. But what these pauses do have is that I will specifically pick on Lenti here, the coach for TYLOO, the Serbian. This gives him time to chat, especially after the loss of that first gun round, just to talk and be like, okay guys, breathe. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to win the game, and this is why we're going to win the game. This is why we're going to win the game.
For sure. I mean, this is, I think, one of the things that's going to be pretty invisible unless you follow the teams quite closely. It's just sort of knowing how how their coaching staff end up approaching the game and what kind of relationships they have there, what kind of support structures they have, which in this kind of situation here for TYLOO, where getting knocked out, or knocked down to the lower bracket in the first round is a real possibility at this point, based on this early game and the previous game. To be able to have that structure in place is, if anything, might even be more important than the player's individual CSGO skill.
Yeah, I think that is. It was very interesting. Something I spoke to a lot about players at events, doing interviews and stuff, is firstly the use of a psychologist, and then secondly, speaking to, well, actually an ex-teammate of BnTeT, Kriaz, when they played in Gen G together for the Flashpoint Series 2, Kriaz was like, there's so much prep, there's so much mental game. CS is literally a mental game nowadays. It's so nice to sit down on the server and just play. And he says it's like, it's so relieving. Like, you do all this mental prep, you get so much brought into to CS nowadays. It's just so nice to, you have the piece of paper in front of you and you just play.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's the whole thing, isn't it? This is just the tip of the iceberg for these teams. The amount of prep and time that must have gone in, is eye-watering. But I think that we have gotten ourselves back underway again. It looks like that third round is staying in place. So TYLOO are going to be fighting back from a fairly serious early game deficit, but at least they do have the guns and they do have some amount of utility.
Yeah, it looked like actually that GoTV just died, as in full stop. Like, not even for this game. I think the other games had some technical difficulties as well. So it is nice to be maybe one of the first back with this one. And TYLOO, they're back on the rifles. They've actually reinvested here. Not much utility though.
And we're all, of course, it's big thanks out to our production staff for doing an incredible job of getting us back underway as fast as possible. And TYLOO get an incredible news by getting the first frag in. That's gonna mean a ton.
That will be indeed finding some success for them, but Westmoreland, he will extend and he just got dead to rights. He knows exactly where Summer is. He'll actually just continue forward with his smoke, but he needs to be careful because Attacker, he's crept through. He's in this crevice. And X-Pro, he's equally going to be careful.
Oh my gosh. Attacker doesn't manage to get the job done though. Second time's a charm, but Westmoreland's there to trade in revenge. We do see the move towards the B site with the bomb though. We've got the split across the sites and mid for our friends from Lynn Vision, but 2 kills in for them means it's down to Danking to save it.
They had the advantage going into this one, Pete. They had a 5 versus 4, and it's all been swindled away. Westmoreland, he executes Danking there, secures the round for Lynn Vision. 3-0, TYLOO, money broken again.
And I mean, what a day this has been for Westmoreland so far. Remember from before, they managed to pick up the 3k in the tail end of the previous game, hitting a 4k now. You know, for a player to be with a team this long and to still be performing at this kind of level, it warms my heart, it does, Freddy.
it's always nice to see, like, old dogs continuing in just a successful manner.
I don't think they need to learn new tricks. They know enough tricks already.
Oh
my god!
Westmoreland, the aforementioned player who just never seems to falter. Perfect, sprays them down, does so much damage onto every other remaining player, and this is not looking too bad at all for Lynn Vision.
Alright, well, apparently Westmoreland's going to teach us some new tricks. TYLOO, yeah, I mean, they are just being run over. That was filthy. Slowly's last one left standing, and you can almost feel the enthusiasm for this game draining away from TYLOO. They're just, they're just staying in place. They're not trying to rush out. Hoping to find Starry, who's the only player who's realistically going to be taken out with a headshot, walks out into the firing squad, and blissfully, it's over.
I mean, to be honest, with everything said, this is the CT side of Lynn Vision, and is on the C side of Ancient. It's a very favored map. You do tend to see teams get at least like minimum 10, 11, even 12 rounds as like a base minimum. So to see an early advantage here is not necessarily, I'd say, alarm bells. I don't think we're seeing anything too drastic. If TYLOO then are starting to able to build some momentum forward, that's when I'd actually say it's drastic, if anything.
Well, I think that's fair enough. Starry is going to clean up on the mid approach, but we have got TYLOO making their way in heavily through A. Zaka is waiting there with the AWP, but the rest of our LV squad are way off the mark here. Attacker will be providing distraction, but it's going to be down to Zaka to try and save the day. They're down to 2, but they hold on for a remarkably long time. Westmoreland and Zaka, 2v2 against Danking and Attacker.
Yeah, 2 versus 4. They've got 2 kills. Zaka's on 2 HP. A lot of 2s going on right now, but Lynn Vision genuinely are looking too hot right now, but no, Zaka, he catches the perfect timing. Westmoreland and Zaka, 19 kills combined across 5 rounds, and they're looking to secure this one. Attacker brings them both down to very low HP, will secure the first fire onto the rifle. Now up against the AWP, everyone low, but it will be Attacker to claim the 1v2, and TYLOO, they find their first round, and Lynn Vision, is this going to be them falling now early on?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, that felt like we had the right setup there for Lynn Vision, but yeah, Attacker going to be getting a lot of slaps in the back for that round. That was incredibly well done. Up to now 6 kills immediately, making them, certainly the highest ranking member of their team. Certainly not on the server. Westmoreland will take that crown, but you're right, it's a big step forward for TYLOO to get started, and they're going to run the same play back again.
Ooh, Zaka though still has the AWP. He's in front of the smoke and he'll hit that first shot. Very nicely done. Re-peeks out, doesn't connect the second. Still alive somehow, jumping around, but he's unable to connect anything more after that first. Bomb should be planted. Lynn Vision, they're going straight through the smoke. They're not putting their foot off the pedal whatsoever. Starry and Nelly, they're trying to do something, but Danking, it's all orange in the bead, and the AWPer is farming them up.
It looked like Lynn Vision had the perfect reaction. They were right all over the site immediately. But TYLOO just winning every single one of those. Dan King, the one to thank this time round, rather than Attacker. But wow. You have TYLOO, they've managed to find a beachhead in the half. And now it only remains to be seen how much pressure Lynn Vision will be put under.
Honestly, what a round. Like, what a round from Dan King there. And as well, Zaka might die. Yeah, he dies. Okay. That's huge. That's really huge. There's no utility, no nothing going into this next round. Lynn Vision, they're gonna have to full eco because they're on. I think they've got 2,400 loss bonus next round. But no, actually, wait, they're just gonna buy into this one. Ignore everything I just said. Lynn Vision, they're throwing everything at this round, and TYLOO, mostly just Dan King rather. What a round! That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it didn't seem to make sense on paper, but TYLOO managed to pull it off anyway. They will be switching things up, as we do see LV going pretty aggressively in on mid to try and take control. They know that their equipment is vastly under par. They're trying to fish for a takedown, but Slowly... No, Slowly's not the one to... No, they are, sorry. And that means one rifle is up, but it doesn't get swiped. I think LV assuming it would be covered.
Yeah, Starry, he's all by himself there. The smoke even hits him on his leg, so they will alert him. He'll alert them of his position. This crown foil making them looking crisp, but no. Attacker nails him with the AK. Fully blind, maybe, actually was there. But the bomb's going to go down. Zaki's got a bit of an angle here. As the smoke fades, they're all looking at him. Takes a long-range draw of the MAC-10, and I think he literally got dinked 3 times there.
Oh, X-Pro gets one back, but it's a hollow victory. I'm really shocked by how well TYLOO are coming back, and I think this...
What?
What?
Oh
No!
my god.
For a second, I believed.
Especially because I was like, oh, if he jumps, he wins this. Or if he jiggles, he wins this. But no, he swings the angle. Oh my god, I thought he'd won that. I genuinely was like, he's won.
That does put Zaka up to 11 kills, which will, again, be able to steal the crown from Westmelon. There's a lot of kills coming in from Lynn Vision, but TYLOO, they're coming back in at force and talking about getting any rounds in the half. Now they're almost back up to even.
Okay, this is unbelievable game we're seeing so far. I'm so happy we're seeing something even better than Vertigo. Attacker, he's already through that mid-smoke. He's in candles, and slowly, he's actually going to start off the fragging department over towards Cave. Attacker isn't going to be wary of that second player, so that's at least an AK into the hands of Lynn Vision that they can save into the next round. But TYLOO, they're evening it up with 4 in a row of their own. They're going to get the bomb down the B-bomb site, and this game... it just is never ending, Pete. And I hope
it's the game that keeps on giving. The plot is good. I did wonder if LV were going to be willing to gamble the AK they've gathered, but it looks like no, they're going to send that off towards the A site and leave their pistol members to try and fish for headshots.
Zach is on absolute fire right now. I'd be so terrified, especially when he picks up the AWP a little bit more. I would say to you, he's actually had more success without the AWP, because the one time he had the AWP, it was, the last time when he missed all those shots, if he'd hit maybe 1 or 2 more, they would have won the round, but he seems to be doing quite good at just limiting their economy. He's being a bit of a nuisance right now, just bidding in this. Oh, what is that? That is crisp. He is so clean with it, and that was some nice shooting. Slowly he's going to lose his life. BnTeT's the only player alive. That's 2 rounds in a row now that the T side have kept 1 alive. Rather, may I add as well, the AWPs had to be bought over into this. The AWP hasn't had to be bought over for Lynn Vision, rather for TYLOO it has. And that's expensive for TYLOO against the pistols. Zaka, he's feeling it.
I mean, yeah, this has been amazing from them. Yeah, and as well, you said, the salvage from the previous round, very, very good for getting Lynn Vision back in. I think that's a real fly in the oven for TYLOO. They could have come out into this round, feeling triumphant. Instead, they're going to be feeling like they don't know exactly what they're getting from Lynn Vision in every single round.
I'm actually like, this guy's unreal. He's crispy with it as well. And that nade, I thought it was going to land on them. But oh wait, look at this. The B bomb side's actually been completely relinquished by the CT side. Westmelon will do some damage and finish it off with the nade. but I don't think that's going to be enough. He is still trying to spam through, seeing if anything will connect, but nothing does after the original success. And Danking, well, he seems to come in clutch when his teammates need him. 3 versus 4 now retake is going to be very hard, especially as there's only 1 kit and 1 flashbang.
Well, there goes that last bit of utility for LV. They may have had a good end of round now. They need to get the end of this round. BnTeT is waiting. Summer as well. They're going to be coming from both sides. Danking hits both through, and that will be the end of it. I think we've just swept away the mistakes of the previous round.
Danking seems to be the most high-impact player I think we've seen. He's got 2 multi-frags now in 2 rounds that have single-handedly won them a very clinched post-plant. And TYLOO, that's 5 in a row now. This T-side is looking ever so good. And as I was saying before, Pete, on Ancient, you don't want to be giving any more than 5 rounds on the T-side away. So for Lynn Vision now, this is when they're going to start stepping up. Because they saved so many weapons over in the round prior, they actually will be able to just have hero M4s. It's not much, but it's definitely something. And I'm interested to see what Zach is going to buy, because he has to save for an AWP for the longevity of this as well.
We know Zaka doesn't need anything. Just needs an opportunity to go and slip in, find TYLOO when they least expect it, and just pop some heads. I mean, maybe it's a little unfair on Zaka to be like, you know, from this point on forwards, we'll just expect them to be ludicrous every single round. But they've manifested that over and over again. I think TYLOO are very much going to learn to fear number 5 from LV.
Respect being garnered both ways. Both teams, as I said, playing good CS, as we saw over on Vertigo. And the flashy skins, I feel like I just know it's more and more and more, but a bit of a... Is that a team kill? No, team damage. I think Starry dinked X-Pro in the head, so the IGL getting a little bit bonk, and a little bit of an overextension as well. A lot of overextensions actually will award TYLOO 2-man advantage. It's been a very quick round. These rounds are all very quick, it feels like.
I think so, absolutely. I mean, TYLOO, as much as they may have had a couple of stumbles along the way, they still have 5 rounds in a row. They have got the momentum in this series. They've got the weaponry advantage. And with Zaka off of the field, the surprise factor for LV has been reduced considerably.
Still be careful. Slowly, I was going to say, if Slowly had lost that duel right there, that could have been something. But no, Westmelon, as much as he had early success, he's got an A1S, he's just going to save this.
Alright, so no miracles forthcoming, but yeah, TYLOO, they put together a lot of good material here, as you said. Danking, I'm starting to see why they were such a popular player coming into this series. You know, notice down in the chat on... Oh, well, there we go. A great illustration. Take out Westmoreland to end the round. Yeah, Danking, building up, is now tied with Attacker for raw amount of kills, and that's not too shabby when you're the AWPer.
He's got the most expensive gun in the game, and he's putting it to good use right now. TYLOO, a very nice, clean round. And so that's exactly what you need against these pistol get rounds. Where before, haven't been as clean, but now it's starting to be a little bit more. AWP out for Zaka. Let's see what Lynn Vision can do on round number 11.
A heavy utility deployment from Lynn Vision. Now they've actually got some money behind them. Biased towards mid and B, which unfortunately for them is not where TYLOO seem to be headed. Zaka, of course, the player which we've been praising again and again, will be the one to meet them, but LV, they are really heavily biased towards B. We've actually got most of TYLOO over here, but they don't have the bomb. Zaka's actually going to abandon the A site and allow the bomb right in.
I mean, this is one thing that TYLOO have been doing. They have just been committing to the bomb sites when they've been getting there. So Zaka, he will look back now, spots out the bomb, but he misses another shot. He seems to be missing quite a few actually with his AWP lately. So he actually hits another one though, that he does drop the bomb right in front of him in Summer. He knows that Summer's towards A, so they will just be taking their time with clearing him out. And that's 5 alive for Lynn Vision. That actually, the plan worked for TYLOO. It did work there quite well. They committed to the fake, and they drew all the players over. But as soon as both those T-side players died on the B bomb site, Lynn just went, oh yeah, they're A. And you saw Zaka instantly turn back. He misses the shot, but it's the pressure he puts on those players. Danking was lurking middle, which is something I don't necessarily like. He was throwing utility and then went towards middle. I would have preferred him go straight towards the A-bomb site, but very nice from Lynn Vision and TYLOO. They had the right idea, just wrong execution, it felt like there.
Yeah, I love seeing it. It's always great to see teams dig into their bag of tricks. I think it's a testament to how much TYLOO wants to keep their win streak going. It has come to an end now, as Slowly is the first one to the mat. Lynn Vision, they look like they might have recovered their feet with Danking helping out a little bit on Summer. It's down to 3 versus 4. X-Pro has the drop on Attacker, I think. But no, Attacker's already gone. Danking stays alive, though, and has the bomb.
He has the bomb in his back. He has space to work his way up ramp. His teammate is very isolated, though. His teammate is all towards middle, and it's gonna be a trouble for them to get together. But it looks like they can converge and re-coordinate towards the B-bomb site. Lynn Vision, with a minute left on the clock, they don't actually use a lot of their non-existent utility to just clear out early presence towards B. And I like what they're doing here. Look at the mini-map. Nelly is now pushing down ramp. He is going to be taking so much space for absolute free without TYLOO knowing. They're playing Ring Around the Rosie right now. TYLOO have become the CT. Lynn Vision have become the T.
But Zaka doesn't, they definitely haven't seen this coming. They should be able to hear the utility coming out onto site, though. Zaka is on their way back in, and there's no way TYLOO see this one coming. BnTeT tries their darndest, but I mean, TYLOO try and throw out a fake, and now it's going to be LV putting out something different to try and keep TYLOO on their toes.
Honestly, 6-6 is a really weird scoreline to see on Ancient. Not necessarily something you see too often. And TYLOO, again, they had the right idea, wrong execution. They went a little bit too slow there, clearing out the B-bomb site. I feel like especially when you don't have that much time, you're in a 2 versus 3, and you throw those smokes, you have to commit on it. And they don't. They take too much time, and it allows for Lynn Vision to then come in the flank a lot quicker. And right now, they're against the eco, and well, Pete, they're looking to deal with it very comfortably.
And of course, we always love to see the the teams on the other side of the eco making great use of those grenades to shake Slowly out and Danking it down to half health already. We've got 3 more rounds left to play, including this one, so for LV, they're certainly in a good place to close out the round, or the end of the half strong, but still, we can't erase that TYLOO have done a really good job on their T side, and almost threatened to sweep the half away.
Oh, nice and easy and clean. They get the lead for the first time it feels like in a while, doesn't it, Pete? When was the last time
it is a while.
Because it was 4-2 or so. So TYLOO took the lead when it was 4-4, and they went to 6-4. So it's been a weirdly weird affair, I would actually argue, on Ancient. It's been back and forth, which is not necessarily what you'd see on this map. So with 2 rounds remaining in this half, I would be looking at Lynn Vision to get both of them 100%, and that's a good start.
Yeah, Attacker being taken down is a big problem for TYLOO, as Westman has put some support from the side. LV, they're all over the site, as Slowly it's taking the pieces as well. Summer is doing their darndest and gets 2 back before being dropped. Now it's down to BnTeT through the smoke. They know they're surrounded on every side, enemies in every corner. They take down X-Pro, but Nelly is there to clean up.
Very nice opening frag from Zaka. However, he is missing a lot of shots, and it's become ever so apparent after he hits the first one. He then fails with the follow-up with over-aggressive and over-confident peeks into some unwinnable angles. So it's definitely something to look at from his perspective going into the future, after we were praising him for his crispiness. And BnTeT, someone who, from my side, I always saw as a great fragger in both NA and Europe and Asia. Now, he isn't necessarily showing that same level. He's able to uphold. And Lynn Vision, well, this is looking pretty good for them. Starring Westmelon, it's just decimation. A beautiful bait and switch. I think that's 9 secured in their back pocket, Pete.
I wouldn't have any doubt of it. That was so well done. You can see BnTeT just trying to hold on, waiting for Slowly to arrive as backup, but yeah, I mean, Lynn Vision, they've got the confidence, they got the momentum, and it's all the more surprising that they're kind of coming back with such clean play after losing those 6 rounds in a row. again, this would be a place we would expect teams to really lose it and say, well, this, we've lost too many rounds on our CT half. This map is out of our control.
I think especially what I've seen so far in this game, I wouldn't put anything out of proportion. Anything can happen. BnTeT 1v5, BnTeT 1v5.
Oh,
He's got 2
1v3.
players on short. Okay, that's a nice position. Oh, run boost. That was a perfect run boost. That was quite nice. But Lynn Vision, I do really like how they stabilized there. It got quite scary. I was sitting there and I was thinking, ooh, okay, TYLOO might be showing up a lot more in Ancient here. If they got 7, I'd say that'd be a very much a half won by them. But a 9-6, it's winnable for Lynn Vision. It's not easy. I will say it's not the easiest, but it's definitely not the worst.
All right, so we're doing a little bit of messing around while our players get ready for the second stop.
Summer hit the long jump. That's sick.
This is your time to practice, isn't it?
I mean, that long jump is really hard to hit, and he didn't do it. He didn't strafe. He barely he's doing a little bit of pre-jump, but then barely strafe. Oh, okay, Summer. He's been in the KZ. Okay. I see you.
I mean, to be fair, though, as we reset for the half, I think TYLOO will be looking to mentally reset themselves as well, and I think no better way than to, it's good to be able to visualize what your second half will look like, and there's no better way to do that than just to kill the opposing team over and over again, even if in this case they're not actually fighting back.
Yeah, so in your head right now, you're like, you know what? This is foreshadowing what's gonna happen. We're gonna win every single round. But Lynn Vision not necessarily as hot to the chase that TYLOO are. You can see that one team has everyone readied up, and the other team has no one readied up. So I like the duality of that one. But honestly, I am loving this game right now. And if anyone is also just a little bit confused why we're here, we have a few seconds to run through what this is. It's the IEM Road to Rio 2022. There's regions from all over Asia. You've got North America, South America, Europe. They all have these open and closed qualifiers. We've got the Chinese closed qualifier right here. And they have one spot that will award it. If they win that, they'll go to the Asian RMR, which is basically, for some of you older CS fans, like the minor. It's the one step below the major. Teams from that will then, if they go through, they'll be in the major. Bam. There's literally nothing better than that. The major, the biggest tournament of the year. There's twice a year, and this time it's going to be in Rio. Probably one of the nicest places you could ever have a tournament. Because it's one of those places as well. It's like you wouldn't go there otherwise. It's one of those cool places where it's like CS takes you to some really interesting places. But in this Chinese qualifier, we've got 4 of the top teams, probably the 4 best undisputed teams. Rare Atom, they were in the major last time. Lynn Vision, they had a spot to the minor, then couldn't go because of visa issues. And right now they're going, you know what? We didn't get it last time, but we're going to get it this time.
And I'm loving that we're seeing them, they're coming back here. Again, for anyone who is coming to this one late, Lynn Vision, they made it through the open qualifier, taking on TYLOO and defeating them. For TYLOO, all credit to them, they came back through the second open qualifier and won their way back through to try and take their revenge. But Lynn Vision, they're certainly in a really good spot here to lock down the Series 2 and 0 and go across to our other stream later on at 1500 CEST for the winners bracket match, which will put one of those 2 teams straight into the finals to fight for that one spot.
I've just realized I've been getting, for the past 2 days, I've been looking at Rare Atom and going, oh, that's IHC. I've been completely mixing up those 2 teams. That's my bad. It wasn't Rare Atom that made it to the major. It was IHC, the Mongolian team. They went through the Asian qualifiers. I think they actually beat Rare Atom and TYLOO to get there. So that's my bad. I've been when you look at a team, when like, you get a knowledge in your head and it's just that, like, nothing else changes for you. Like you just have that imprinted in your mind. I've just done that right there.
Hey, it's one of them things, isn't it? I think when we're in the break, it's right. We can see, as much as we've got our players running around and just trying to amuse themselves during the downtime, we will have a little bit longer. It looks like for Lynn Vision that they've still got some stuff to get set up. You can see most of their team aren't ready as yet. So instead, someone will just amuse themselves by constantly slaying the opposing team. Though Starry has gone to hide themselves on the A site, so someone will have to let go of the bloodshed for just a little while longer.
He's like, you can't get me if I'm hiding.
It's the new hide and seek mode. It's we're in Gary's mod now.
Oh my god, that's a throwback. That's unlocked a whole core memory. But
Starry is the prop.
One thing we didn't mention towards the so we were talking about how Wings Up had actually a lead. They won the half 11-4 on the first map, and then it got very close. If I'm not mistaken. I think let me see how close it did actually get, because I think when I checked last time it was 11-9, which was actually the ending of the comeback. So the score did end 16-13, but it was very, very close. You know, it was like 13-15, 11-4. So Rare Atom got it quite close, but I think, again, not necessarily the score we would have anticipated with Wings Up winning their map pick. It is their map pick, but I genuinely would have seen Rare Atom just take it 2-0, like I would have seen... I also would have seen just TYLOO take this 2-0.
Yeah, well, the Wings Up, I believe, are right now in the lead, 4-2 on Overpass on our other stream. That's CSGO C, which you'll be able to see the winners finals later on today if you want to catch that one. I think most of our players are close to getting ready, and we can actually see them messing around on the map a little bit more. Starry finally getting found out from the hiding place, and the rest of LV coming out to have their little pre-half warm-up. Of course, it's always nice to, as much as TYLOO have been stealing kills to pass the time, it's always nice from LV side of things as well to get that last bit of warm-up where you just killed everyone over and over again and say, remember what just happened? Let's just do it again.
Yeah. Should be good. And these closed qualifiers and open qualifiers have been my existence for the last week, so I'm very happy to be... I'm very happy to have my name associated with part of that as well. It does feel very nice. So hope everyone is enjoying being here as well. And well, we're going into the second half of map 2, potentially counterfeit a 2-0. If LVG either win the pistol round or get the bomb down, I'd say that's going to be happy days.
No, I'm absolutely with you. I mean, we still can't put aside that TYLOO have won 6 rounds in their T-half, as you're saying. Yep. That is a pretty high number, and certainly better than we would have expected. I think losing the tail end 5 rounds has put a bit of a damper on any momentum they might have from the first half, but the opportunity still remains.
Yeah, I honestly, nail on the head right there. I think that's perfect there. And LVG, they will be using a decoy to actually push Attacker off the angle momentarily, but now the real flashbangs of smoke are coming in, and Starry, oh, well, he's got the Glocks, and they're going to nail the headshot. Summer and BnTeT, they're split apart. Summer's all alone. He needs to get at least 1 here, and he does do so. He gets 2, almost a third. BnTeT comes to his rescue, but still a 2 versus 2. The rotations are in, and Nelly, he shall get the bomb down, but no, he's actually going to tap it. He's going to fake it. He had an opportunity, and he's missed it now. Starry will get timing, and look at where Danking is. He's actually going to be coming on a fast flank, but slowly. It's all down to him, and it'll only be good for that first. 1 versus 1. Starry will take the bomb over towards the A bomb site. He's only on 11 HP, though, counterfeit.
I mean, he's running right in. He knows that if there is anybody here, they're just as good as dead. Danking is coming, but... they know who they face now. It's Danking, and they kill them with a single tap! Starry at 11 HP makes the dream real. LVG, they're into the second half, continuing their streak.
I was literally thinking as well, I was like, he has to hit the first bullet. There's literally nothing else he can do. He has to hit that first bullet. He jiggles, and I was like, okay, this is good. I was like, you've played this correctly for now. Bam. Oh my god, is that fabulous. LVG, what a round. Was that was Starry, right, wasn't it? That was Starry. Yeah.
Sorry, I started reading up on some of the surrounding events on here because we're starting to get to the point where we're moving. Well, of course, at the end of this series, however it goes, one of these teams will go to the upper bracket, one will go to the lower bracket. Neither will be eliminated. But on this channel, again at 1500 CEST, we will see the first of our teams leave, and that team could even be TYLOO.
Yeah, that was unreal. Starry, we've seen him be a pistol god against a 1v... He had a 1v5 against G2, and then he's got a 1v2 against TYLOO. Coming up when it matters the most. And LVG now. They're up against this lower buy. They're not forcing into it. Summer has just tickled his feet. X-Pro's, he's inquiring now. X-Pro's like, I smell ecos. And he also lets go of his mouse, it seems, there for a second. So he will get support from the MAC-10s, but a little bit unfortunate. I don't know quite what happened there. So, okay, hold on a second. You have just lost 2 players to USP, so got to be a little bit careful. You know, can't be too confident with this one. Can't be. In the end, you are 4 rounds ahead, but let's make it 5 and let's make it clean. But TYLOO, the more damage, the better.
Yeah, I mean, the plant is going to be good. Yeah, I think TYLOO do manage to salvage a Galil, so that's something. Zago will be waiting to try and see if they can punish a little bit further. And actually, they end up being the ones to give another gun over to TYLOO.
Okay, this is not good, I would argue. This is actually quite a good round for TYLOO, seeing how they invested a Deagle here and there. They're coming home with 2 Galils, granted not the best weapon, but in the right hand, it can be very deadly. And I personally love the Galil. People don't like it. I think it's amazing. Those extra 5 bullets can really go a long way. But on the topic of rifles, LVG, at least they save over their rifles. At least it's not like a MAC-10 they're saving over. So they have Starry on the AK, Nelly on the Galil. It's honestly not the best situation to be in. But Westmelon can comfortably buy it. You can drop 2 over. I think they're still in a comfortable position. This is where it matters now. This is the first gun round. Who's going to come out on top? I don't know. I'm so interested.
Yeah, I mean, we've been praising Lynn Vision for a while, but TYLOO, I think they've got to be raring for that first break in. So, it's been 5-7 rounds in a row for LV so far. They've been putting so much pressure on this game, which is so incredibly important for TYLOO. LV, they could drop this game and they would be totally fine. But TYLOO, though, this is everything to stay in the upper bracket and have that quick route through to the finals.
Yeah, I wouldn't say totally fine, but I get the wavelength that you're on right now. TYLOO, they're taking a lot of good map control. The problem is they are using a lot of utility to get there. You can see with only a minute 20 on the clock now, they've just dropped their last smoke. They've only got a Molotov and 2 flashes left. They have stopped any early plays, but LVG, they weren't going for any early plays. They were taking their time. They are holding the map control. It's actually worked out perfectly for them. And TYLOO, they need to try and hold on to this map control and honestly not do what they've just been doing there. You can see they've completely relinquished middle after throwing everything at it.
Yeah, TYLOO going to be a little caught out here. Say just the 3 pieces of utility left. There's not much more left in for LVG. B site will be defended by 2. Danking, of course, will be keeping her out. Number 8, who will be over on the A site, won't be part of this upcoming play. LVG, they seem to be gathering their resources, but they haven't got the bomb with them, so maybe they're planning on changing venue.
It's going to be a round that just comes down to pure and utter aim duels. 35 seconds, LVG, they're maybe taking a little bit too long. They're going to initiate contact early on to Bender here. The IGL in Donut could put a stop to everything here, Pete.
In they come and down they fall. X-Pro is gone. There's a second kill forthcoming. Swing around from Nelly is enough to put them down, and the A site has been cleared. TYLOO outmaneuvered, and the plant will land.
Bro, Starry's confident. This man is swinging with a confidence that I haven't seen in a while. 3 versus 4. They do have a kit on attacker. He's coming from CT. He'll actually open up the first frag. Nelly can be careful. He's got players coming from all around him, but it'll do good to then go back and actually kill the one behind him. Now, a 2 versus 3. They're going to tap the bomb. Not with a player that has the kit, though. They don't know about Starry, who's in A main, and now they will. Because Starry, he's going to do the damage. He's going to get he's going to get those 2 kills and 3 in the round. LVG right now have double the rounds of TYLOO. They've put TYLOO on an eco. They've kept 4. They've kept 3 alive there. And LVG, they're 4 away now from going 2-0 in this series, and also straight to the upper bracket with a very good first upset.
I think, Starry, absolutely, and Westmelon, Zaka as well. We've seen so many good LVG individual performances here. I think you're right that Zaka maybe started to feel some of the pressure and lost their concentration a little bit, but the rest of the team has stepped into the breach. Slowly, we'll be trying to meet LVG as they move up towards A, as Westmelon gets dropped early on, and that's very valuable for TYLOO.
Do you know what else is valuable? Is the fact that Slowly just dropped the ball in front of him. He's got an AK. They've turned around, but he's good for 2. That is perfect. What more could you want? LVG, they're falling into pandemonium right now. BnTeT's going to get fleshed out. He's making a lot of noise, but surely Nelly is calling him out. He spot one's cave and gets the second. Pistol out, trying to finish it off with block, and he's just falling forward and actually
No
with the
way!
burst. Okie dokie, that is ridiculous, and now the 2v4 is in a 2v2.
Oh my gosh, what a game! It just keeps on giving. Nelly is almost dead, though. Has to be incredibly careful, staying up in temple for the time being. The plant has not been made. Attacker is watching that space with Summer off to the side. Starry knows, need to get one down, and Nelly does not have enough HP left. Summer almost taken. The plant is running out of time. 40 seconds left to play. TYLOO falls back further from the site.
This is not that hard of a 1v2, I would argue. This is definitely possible. He can isolate duels early here as well. Attackers all alone towards Donut, and that's what Starry will do, but he can't actually find the frag. He will plant for CT when no one's going to be there, both attacking from Donut. I think he knows this. I think he's going to gamble the fact they're both there. Peeking out, does a lot more damage to Attacker. Gets the first, but will trade it out by the MP9. TYLOO, an unwinnable round, is made one by the heroics of firstly slowly there. Did you see it? It was slowly, right? Yeah, into
well, slowly in Summer, yeah.
Yeah, like how has he been able to do that? And then Summer with the AK towards the end, just plodding along. Attacker puts them over the line, and it's a lot to go off. They've still got a lot to go, a long way to go rather. But TYLOO's is a good start.
I mean, that's the end of an 8-round winning streak for LVG. I was almost in the era of thinking it just wasn't going to happen. Again, we just see LVG just run it all the way through, but I think it takes extraordinary play from TYLOO to recover from this, and that's what we got in the previous round.
Equally, though, we have seen a lot of extraordinary plays from LVG, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see another one pulled out right now. Utility on both sides isn't exactly at the finest. Very early on, both teams are dropping a lot very early on, and the CT side, they're not doing very good at actually taking control with it. The T side, they will do so, but
Ooh.
What a nade. Nelly literally eats it for breakfast. 49 HP he's on now, and that's not the best start.
No, not at all. Slowly getting into position in Donut, which we've seen be very hard to defend against as Starry goes face to face with that grenade, lobbing BnTeT. Doesn't manage to do it, and I think LVG, they're falling apart before the round even really gets going.
Yeah, this round is not looking promising for them whatsoever. You've got a double AWP setup as well, may I add, which is really coming into fruition here. And yeah,
what a different round it would have been.
Yeah.
I mean, if BnTeT had been taken out earlier on and mid-control had been taken from LVG, they don't have those long sightlines to abuse anymore.
Well, it's just all the same thing. Imagine if TYLOO didn't have the facilities to bring double AWP into this round. Imagine if LVG hadn't fumbled the bag against an eco. It'd be 13-6 right now and probably looking to use that momentum to get a 14. But right now, this game is going down to 4 rounds unless Xpro and Westmelon just pull out a miracle. And also, one thing I want to add is that Zaka and Westmelon had 19 kills combined in round 5.
Well, hold that thought, because miracles might be forthcoming. Danking, of course, it's the squasher of dreams. Will be spotted. Xpro down to 18, and no, it will be TYLOO putting 2 together. Let's go back to what you were saying there, Freddy. We've got a ton of kills floating around. We've got 21 on Summer and BnTeT, 22 on Slowly. This is a bloody affair indeed.
Yeah, so TYLOO are individually stepping up recently. Starry has been the one for LVG who has kind of kept them going. Other players have continued as well, but Zaka has been completely silent after those 2 deagle shots he got, where it put him onto 13 kills, and that was like round number 10. Since then, he's got maybe 3 or 2 kills max. Westmelon in the same format, he had 10 or 9 kills at round 5. Now he's got 18. He hasn't had that same ferocity that he did early on, and I'm hoping they can pick it up for LVG's sake. But for TYLOO, they're saying they're going, okay, good, they're dropping off, we're stepping up now.
It feels almost like LVG are running this kind of as a relay, where they're passing the carry from player to player. But you're right, if that's them reaching, their exhaustion limit and just not being able to carry on performing at the same level, then you're right, TYLOO, they've got every chance to come back in, though the A approach from LVG is looking like the right one. They will be facing off against Slowly, but it's the entire team at once. Slowly gets 2, but does get dropped. The reinforcements are here.
Honestly, going 2 for 1 there, I wouldn't even call that bad of a play, unless, and I was thinking like maybe even gets the bomb down, but BnTeT just goes, he just does the old, he winds back the clock and he turns into his old BnTeT ways. So that's very nice for them. And TYLOO, that was what a sit that they had double, they had half the score of LVG. Now it's 3. It's very close. The guns are out for LVG again, but it's I wouldn't say it's spy. One would have.
No, their options I think are going to be very limited by the amount of utility they have. You can see on TYLOO's side, they are at full capacity, and they've even got money in the bank for future rounds as well.
I think we could be seeing the full length of this game genuinely being shown. TYLOO, this is their map pick. They're on the favored side of Ancient. They've picked this for a reason. Let's see what that is, what that reason is now. It's starting to look good. We've seen glimpses of it. Now they just have to put it in full force and really drive it down the throats of Lynn Gaming. But Lynn Gaming, they don't want to give up. They're throwing mid utility here. Standard. Are they going to do anything off it? And yeah, they will. They're just going to send players out middle. Counter utility comes in, but BnTeT, he's in a sticky one here. He's got his flash out, and that's a very good early pick for LVG. And well, right away, the A bomb site is going to be exploded on, and there's no one even remotely close. Slowly going to get caught out in the open. No damage left or right being pushed in. But Lynn Gaming, they've got the A bomb site and the advantage for now.
Keep your eyes out for number 8, number 9. Those are where the AWPs are for TYLOO. They're still in play, but I have to think coming back onto the A site in those kind of relatively close quarters, it's going to be tricky. We've got the corridors slowly trying to find the angle to get a shot in, but yeah, TYLOO, they've got no way back in again. They're going to have to take a knee. It's 3 in a row for TYLOO before they give the momentum back to LVG.
I love how I was like, TYLOO, you know, this is their map pick. They got to step up. They give away an early frag in middle for free, and then they can't really do anything else about it. Good they have the 2 AWPs. As you were saying, the last round, they have money, you can save. 5 alive for Lynn's good. It seems like a round where it just, I feel like we ignore that round. That round doesn't matter. It does because like
we'll sweep it under the carpet.
Yeah, we sweep it on the carpet on the basis that everyone is going to this next round unaffected. It's still nothing really that much has happened. Lynn Gaming, I will say the one thing they do have an advantage is more utility. They had like 4 flashes and 2 smokes last round.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're talking about. That they had to go in, they had to make their play stick because they wouldn't get a second opportunity. It's a little different this time around as the approach is onto the B site. TYLOO, they've held onto the double AWP setup from before. The utility is starting to run a little dry on both sides, and that means LVG are headed in, but Westmelon has been dropped immediately.
I was praising the flashes of TYLOO on Vertigo there, and then we just see Lynn Vision run onto the B bomb site ahead of their flashes. Is able to gift danking an opening frag, but look at this now. They're going to go back to their roots. They're going to be wrapping towards the A bomb site. Starry, man, this guy's scared. He knows what's happened before. He's very nervous of peeking towards A, and well, I wonder why, because slowly with AWP, he's going to be peeking back and forth. They're going to ignore him momentarily. Do they expect Nelly here? That's the one thing. I don't know if they do. Slowly, he's going to throw a smoke out. Or a flashbang, actually. Nelly's going to get ahead of it with a no-scope. Oh, slowly. He's doing everything by himself here. Zaka, I was saying he's dropped off a little bit. This is definitely where he's going to step up. The bomb, the smoker's on the bomb. He baits out the AWP shot. 10-second defuse. He denies it, but there's no one else even remotely near. 4 bullets and will actually go into that smoke, so it will block his vision. And TYLOO will be double digits now. I'd say slowly has won them that round.
Oh, for sure. I mean, my gosh. I really don't know what to expect here. We have got our next match coming up in a couple of hours' time. We may well be running this series all the way to 3 games. Lynn Vision Gaming, they're so close to the finish line of putting the series to bed. 2 games to nothing. But TYLOO, they're resurging over and over again. I don't know if they can be contained in these next 3 rounds that LVG need to get.
The bomb going down does allow them a buy. You can see Zaka's contemplating maybe getting AWP out. Okay, as I said, that instantly buys it up. The AWP for the double AWP for danking and slowly is actually working out very nicely indeed.
Yeah, I mean, everything's working pretty well for TYLOO right now. I mean, they have now gotten to the round trading, especially if LVG can start trading rounds back, which of course, with LVG being ahead of the curve, would be the best case scenario. I mean, LVG don't need to streak anymore. They're that close to finishing.
Yeah, they can just do the classic 1-for-1, which they were doing just there. But a good early a pushback from TYLOO. Getting some spam, getting some useful damage. That smoke's gonna be quite noticeable because I don't think they're gonna go through that. No, they're just gonna. They've basically forced out a multi on a nade from Lynn Vision there. And Summer, man, this guy, he's aggressive. Peeks into middle as Starry. If you peek Starry, you're dead. This man is crisp with it, and that's exactly what Lynn Vision need. They have been getting the man advantages quite a lot recently, and they've actually been capitalizing on it when they get it.
It's certainly been a slower round from them. LVG very carefully looking for that pickup. Now they found it, and they found a second as well. Slowly is gone. You see for TYLOO, they're starting to see the panic setting a little bit. They know this round is so close that it's slipping away.
Especially though the money isn't like ideal for TYLOO. These two warps, if you don't save it, are they just I think they're just saving it, you know. BnTeT, he might not be able to save it, but the rest of his team, they're looking like they might just leave him to death, and they're just going to save these two. They're going to save the AWP and the M4, because buying those double AWPs is very, very spenny, and investing around it is even more expensive. Lynn Vision, they're going to get the A bomb site for free. They're going to get the bomb down. They're going to get a 14th. And if they then win that next round, I say they've won the game. They're going to be on 15, with TYLOO having no money. And Pete, you were talking about maybe a third map. You know, there's a lot of maybes being floated around, but the definite is that Lynn Vision, they want this 2-0, and they want to go to the upper bracket final.
I mean, you can just see it from their take of the site there. A little bit of disbelief. You know, I think that's when you get the teams that are so focused, they're so ready for something to go wrong or for a fight. When they can walk onto a site and make a plant, they don't know quite what to make of it.
Star is unbelievable mad as well. But
yes.
This guy is cracked. The first kill, just crisp. There's no other way to put it. The second one, okay, maybe he got a little bit lucky with a missed shot. Then on BnTeT, it's again, like, he's consistent. This man, I was highlighting him at the beginning because he played well in Europe against U2 especially, and like, yeah, I can see why. Man is incredible. And to be honest, something I have noticed as well is that everyone seems really crispy. I don't know about you, but everyone just seems really clean.
Yeah, I mean, the performances, you said, you know, we're behind this baton pass for LVGs, which means we've ended up with Starry, Westmelon, Zaka, all around 20 kills or so, all contributing major parts to the current success. LVG, they're going to find a very aggressive TYLOO, emptying out from the B site and trying to make the gamble. It turns sour on them, and that means that we've got Summer left with the SMG, the only thing standing in LVG's way.
LVG have identified that the faster play is working, and that's exactly what's going to happen. The double AWPs yet again all by themselves, and I wouldn't be surprised if they yet again save.
Ellie will be going up mid and finding slowly, trying to turn, but they've got the hit onto Danking as well. Of course, one shot from Danking will get the life of Nelly, drive them out of position with the molly. It's looking like not only are Lynn Vision Gaming going to take themselves the 15th round, but they are going to put TYLOO down and probably out in this round.
It's exactly what you want to do. You don't want to allow them to save anything over, especially when you can afford to hunt like they can. They're just going to fight for it. They know he's in donuts, and well, Starry, the man of the hour. There's no one better right there to do it than him. 15 to 10. They're up against just pennies. They're up against a few pistols here and there. TYLOO's mentality is in the bin. They've been on the back foot this whole game, and they've got 5 match points, and just, I mean, money in the bank as well. Everyone, especially Starry, is putting pen to paper, and Pete, this could be an upset already today.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like everything is in place for TYLOO. You know, they are the team that's been beaten down right now, very likely heading into the lower bracket. Danking drops. The hope of TYLOO gone immediately. Attacker trying to fight fate here and fly in the face of LVG, but they get nowhere at all. And it's, of course, the A site. Slowly will welcome them there. In fact, they might even not do that. Hiding out in Donut. This one already feels like it's over.
Actually, no, I'd say it's GG right here. Like, you've got no kits I've just seen. You've got 3 flashbangs, 2 MP9s of Deagle. We've seen TYLOO with some nice retakes. We've seen them doing some nice plays, and they've actually had a good Ancient, I would argue. And again, I think similar to Vertigo, Lynn Vision just have been better, but right now, Attacker, he's not putting his foot off the pedal, but that grenade is huge. It does a lot of damage onto 2 players, especially the aforementioned Attacker. The second nade will follow up and finish off what X-Pro couldn't start, finish off what he couldn't finish, and now it's just slowly all by himself. He's had some Deagle rounds. You remember in A main? Do you remember there when he got those 2 kills? But sadly, no. Lynn Vision, they go 2-0. Not sadly for them. Sadly for TYLOO, rather, they go 2-0. TYLOO, a team that I did not expect would be our first team in the lower bracket state, is right there already.
Oh boy, I mean, wow, what a way to open up today. I mean, you know, for TYLOO, the frustration is going to be overwhelming to lose out a second time to Lynn Vision, the team that sent them to the second open qual.